My 13-year-old was invited to her bully's sleepover, and her hair was cut off while she slept. I'm still shaking from what happened last week. My daughter, Sophie, 13, has been dealing with a relentless bully at school, a girl named Madison. This has gone on for months. Constant insults, social media harassment, and exclusion. I reported it to the school multiple times, but they always brushed it off. Madison's parents? Even worse. They blamed Sophie, said she was too sensitive, and outright ignored the bullying. Last Friday, Sophie came home saying Madison had invited her to a sleepover, claiming it was her way of apologizing. I was hesitant, but Sophie really wanted to go, and I figured maybe this was a chance for them to make peace. Also, some of the other girls that were invited actually got along with Sophie. I should have known better. That night, I got a call from Sophie crying. Madison had cut her long, beautiful red hair while she was asleep. Chunks were gone, completely uneven. It was a total disaster. My heart broke seeing her so upset. I spent the night comforting her until she fell asleep. The next morning, we had breakfast and then took her to a salon. The stylists did their best to salvage what was left, but the damage was permanent. She lost months of hair growth. The next Monday, I went to the school with Sophie and confronted the principal and Madison's parents. I laid everything out. All the times Sophie had been bullied, all the times the school and the parents dismissed it, all the times they blamed Sophie for what was happening to her. I told them I was done being ignored. They tried to downplay it as usual, but I didn't back down. They tried to brush off responsibility, stating that it didn't happen during school hours. I pointed out that if the school had done their job properly, and if Madison's parents didn't raise her to be an entitled little shit, this could have been avoided. So, they bear all the responsibility. I hired an attorney immediately. We filed lawsuits against Madison's parents for intentional harm and against the school for gross negligence in protecting my child. I refuse to let them sweep this under the rug, and I refuse to let Sophie feel like her safety and dignity don't matter. Update. A few weeks ago, I shared how my 13-year-old daughter, Sophie, had her long hair cut off by her bully, Madison, during a sleepover. After that post, I hired an attorney and filed lawsuits against both Madison's parents and the school for negligence. I want to share what happened next because it's been a whirlwind. After the lawsuit was filed, Madison's parents tried to sweep everything under the rug again. They claimed Sophie provoked their daughter and that this was just an accident. The school initially responded with the usual statements about policy reviews and we take bullying seriously, but it was clear they were trying to minimize responsibility. I refused to back down. I signed Sophie up for self-defense classes, not because I expected her to fight anyone, but to give her back a sense of safety and control over her own body. She needed to feel empowered after everything that happened. Then something surprising happened. Other parents started coming forward. Several of them shared that their children had also been bullied by Madison and were willing to testify. It was heartbreaking to hear how long this had been going on and how the school had repeatedly ignored it. The case went to court, and the evidence was overwhelming. Testimonies from Sophie, from me, from the other parents, and documentation of the school's repeated negligence. In the end, we won. Madison's parents were ordered to pay a settlement, which I immediately put in a college fund for Sophie. Fun fact, later I found out that in order to pay the settlement, they had to drain their own daughter's college fund. We received a settlement from the school as well. Madison was transferred to another school. The school underwent a major restructuring, and the principal resigned under the pressure from the lawsuit and public scrutiny. Sophie is still emotionally healing, but she's doing better. She's regained some confidence through self-defense, and seeing justice served has given her a sense of closure. This has been exhausting, stressful, and painful, but I want other parents to know. Don't ignore bullying, don't trust authorities blindly, and fight for your child. Sometimes the system fails, but with persistence and support, you can make a difference.